Hello, welcome to this week's edition of By No Means a Chef. I'm Monique, your host, and this week I'm coming at you one more time with a recipe that's fast, easy, and delicious. So this week's recipe is called ranch chicken, and it doesn't get simpler than this. So we have 5 ingredients: corn flakes, grated Parmesan cheese, butter, have a packet of dried ranch salad mix, and chicken. And with the chicken, you can use any part of the chicken that you like. If you prefer drumstick or chicken breast, go for it. This week we're going to be using chicken thigh. So basically, if you can bread it and stick it in the oven, then you can use it. So those are our ingredients. Let's get cooking. Alright, so here we are. But before we start putting all of the ingredients together, there's a couple things that you're going to want to do. One, first and foremost, is you're going to want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. We'll go ahead and do that. And while that's heating up, you can work to prepare whatever it is that you're going to cook the chicken in. Today I'm using a pie pan actually just to bake the chicken in, and I've lined it with some aluminum foil. I'm such a huge fan of aluminum foil because it just makes life easier as far as the cleanup is concerned. So again, if you want to just take a regular pie pan, or if you have something fancy that you've gotten from Pampered Chef or one of those places, you can go ahead and use that too. But this is what we're using today. Anyway, so you're going to want to line that with aluminum foil. I've melted some butter in the microwave because you want to be able to dip the chicken into the butter to help your coating to stick. So depending on how many pieces of chicken you're making, you can of course use that amount of butter that you need. I'm only going to make 2 pieces today, so I think I used about maybe 3 tablespoons of butter that I melted. Also, the corn flakes that I mentioned earlier, you're going to want to crush those up, put them in a sandwich bag. I think it's probably one of the easiest ways, and then you just simply crush them up. Okay, so we have the corn flakes nice and crushed. From here on out, it's really just eyeballing it. Now there are some exact measurements, again, depending on how many pieces of chicken that you're preparing, but I'm just going to kind of eyeball it today. So basically, take a dish that you can dip the chicken in. You pour it in. You're going to combine your corn flakes along with your ranch dressing. And again, just kind of eyeballing it. Whichever flavors you want to be predominant in your recipe, and that's where you're going to want to go heavy-handed on that. So lastly, we're going to add the Parmesan cheese. So again, just eyeballing all of this. So just kind of shake in there however much you think you're going to want to taste. The good thing with this, with all these different seasonings that you're putting in it, you don't need to add salt, pepper, anything. Everything is right in all the ingredients that you've added so far. So just pretty much take this and mix it up as best you can so that all of your flavors are distributed evenly. And once that's done, it kind of reminds me of shake and bake. Remember that back in the day? Did they even still make shake and bake or have shake and bake? Anyway, all right, so you have your mix, and basically that's what it looks like. You're gonna take your chicken, dip it in your butter, get it good and coated so that all of the dry ingredients will stick. You put it inside the dish with your dry ingredients, coating both sides. Sometimes you might need to pick it up a little bit and make it stick a little better if you wanted a little thicker coating. And basically that's what it's going to look like. Lay it in your dish. Go on to the next piece. This is a particularly easy recipe, simple recipe for those of us who are, I'm going to say, cooking challenged or not very creative in the kitchen. The flavor on this is so awesome that it will definitely have the folks that you're feeding think that you did something big. You don't have to tell them the secret of what the ingredients are because it's really not complicated at all. But definitely would recommend you try this recipe because it is awesome. Throw some potatoes on the side. I made some for my daughter and I had some string beans along with some mashed potatoes and made some cornbread muffins. It was fabulous. Anyway, all right, so there are my 2 pieces. I'm gonna move all this to the side. Fingers get a little messy, but that's okay. And that's what it's gonna look like, coated. So Once you got them both coated, stick them in the oven for about 50 minutes, or just kind of gauge it to see, make sure that the chicken is done. Take them on out, let it sit for a couple minutes just to let the flavors kind of marinate, and then have at it. It is absolutely fabulous. Okay, and we're back with the finished product. We have ranch chicken. Put it a little bit closer so you can check it out. As you can see, it looks nice and crispy. This is a good alternative actually to fried chicken, I believe. You can see the toasted corn flakes, and I wish you were here so you could smell the aroma in my kitchen from the Parmesan and from the ranch seasoning. Really, really good. So now you have the pleasure of watching me taste it. Like I said, it's nice and flaky, just like fried chicken would be. The chicken is nice and moist. I think I did a good job of not leaving it in too long. Absolutely fabulous. This is one of those recipes that, to me, is kind of like foolproof. I mean, with the simple ingredients that you put together, there's no salt or pepper or any other seasonings that are needed. And once you put all those ingredients together and pop it in the oven, there's really no messing this up. So this is a great dish for those of us who, again, like I said, are cooking challenge to try. So again, I welcome you to, or I should say I invite you to check out the rest of the recipes that are on my website at www.bynomeansaChef.com. Give them a try. Send me a note, whether it be by Facebook, email, smoke signal, whatever. Let me know your thoughts. If you have any ideas for future recipes and you'd like to see me try them out on the show, shoot me an email. I'd be glad to try them. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you next week.